You guys showed the President of the United States how powerful this community is by showing them that we are better than any press. Streaming is the new press. All this other press, the news, CNN, and all that shit is all ass.
These guys
like,
coming on
horrible.
here.
It's horrible.
These political opponents doing like all this entertainment shit, like Kamala bringing on Megan Thee Stallion, it's Trump going on streams. That's going to bring a lot of attention to streaming, bro. We
made the most noise out of any other thing. And I don't really know how
many... it's just a way for them to try to get the young vote. Like, that's all it is.
Viewers we had. I don't really know. I wasn't paying attention to that.
Here's my opinion. I don't think entertainment like what Kamala did, and I don't think entertainment like Trump going on this, I don't think that has any business in politics. I think they should fucking have discussions and debates around policies, like, period. I think that's just the way it should be. I don't care if it's boring to the young people. That's what needs to be done, bro. Like, shit needs to be discussed. Like, we need to discuss Kamala Harris's LIFT Act. We need to discuss her Maternal Care Act. We need to discuss the Justice and Policing Act. We need to discuss the support and criticisms of Trump's First Step Act, the Opportunity Zones, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Acts. Like, we need to discuss the criticisms and support on each side, and then which one do we need at this moment worse in the United States. Like if you were grading on a subjective scale the importance of each issue and broke it into, say, issues like domestic policy, foreign policy, economic management, leadership, ethics and integrity, which one of those categories would be rated that we need the highest right now? You know what I mean? Like, which one do we need the worst right now? Because obviously, in terms of communication, Trump's more straightforward. Kamala's had patchy past with communicating clearly. Crisis management, Trump takes an L because of his handling of the COVID crisis. Ethics and integrity, Trump takes the L. Domestic policy can go hand in hand. You know, foreign policy, Trump had the Abraham Accords, so it can. It's just there's things that need to be discussed. You know, and there's always support, criticism, and there's a middle ground to be found. And it bothers me that they want to go on here and do this entertainment shit instead of discussing the important issues that are happening. You know, like, it just bothers me.
In the beginning, which it's okay because they ended up, you know. But there was one scary moment I want to share with you guys. You know, I showed President Trump my chat, if you guys remember.
Because honestly, I don't know which one would be. I'm undecided on who I will vote for. I've been registered independent since I was 18 years old because I hate the bipartisan political system. I hate bipartisanship, meaning two political parties. I think there should be multiple political parties or no political parties. Like, there should be like 5+. You know, there should be a lot of political parties, or there should be none. So I'm a big advocate for doing away with bipartisanship. But I don't know. Neither of those are great options. Kamala versus Trump, but which one would we benefit at this moment in time having more right now? Because Trump's very divisive. Kamala, they're both like very divisive, honestly. Like, one's as far right as you can get, and one's as far left as you can get. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'd say that, because I agree with the police. We need police reform, and Trump don't want to do anything about that, and Kamala does. But then again, Trump also has, he wants to leave it up to the states. In my opinion, I don't think Roe v. Wade should have been overturned, because I do believe abortion should be legal in the first up to 20. I believe in abortion up to 20 weeks. I think that should be the cutoff, because that's when the spinal cortex or spine connects to the whatever cortex of the brain, and that's when around 24 to 28 weeks is when scientists estimate that the conscious experience is capable of beginning. They don't know that it starts at that, but that's when everything connects that is necessary for the conscious experience and to feel pain at 24 to 28 weeks. So I think I think 20 weeks is a good cutoff for it. After that, abortion should be the 3 exceptions. Life of the mother, life of the child, and rape. And that should be the only cases you get rid of it after the first 20 weeks. But in the first 20 weeks, I think it should be completely legal because people are going to get it regardless of if you believe it's morally right or wrong. So I don't know.
And I shit you not, he saw like 5 comments. And one of them was Kodak White. So Kodak, you and I gotta have a talk.
Trump's definitely a businessman. Like his
right.
economic management gets at least an A-, maybe an A. I think like everyone judges him because of his deficit, but his deficit didn't really rise crazily until after COVID. And what was he supposed to do in that situation? He was getting hounded about it. So Trump's economic, I think he did a lot for us economically. I think he did a whole lot for us economically. You can say the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, yes, it helped the rich more, but it's kind of hard to help the rich and middle class at the same time. You have to acknowledge that it did have economic benefits for the middle class, while also, and it may have had more for the rich, but it also did have some good for the, it did do some good for the middle class. And then also you had him, he signed a lot of drilling permits, and they say that we're drilling more. We do have more permits now than ever, but Biden's not leasing federal land within the U.S. for drilling, which means while we have more permits, that doesn't necessarily mean we're drilling more. And then you had, his deregulation initiatives, his opportunity zones. He did the tariffs on other countries. He did well for the economy. He did do well for the economy, regardless of what the left says. And here's the thing, with drilling and all that, I think like the Dakota Access Pipeline being shut down under Biden, Line 3 and all that stuff, I think that's all, like, clean energy is important. Like I agree with the Biden administration that we do need to get clean energy, but we can't just stop drilling and fossil fuels and oil and gas production all at once. Like the Biden administration wanted to jump into stopping it, and Trump didn't want to stop it. Like, there's an obvious middle ground there. It needs to be a transition to clean energy, like water, wind energy, and all that stuff, Like, it's got to be electric. It's just got to be a clean transition. It can't just be stop it all at once, and it can't just be don't stop it at all. But yeah, as far as economics go, you've got to understand that Trump definitely did have some good economic policies, regardless of what the left says. And Harris has some good policies aimed at providing economic relief too. She has the LIFT Act, which is basically it's going to give a direct credit to anyone with under $100,000 that makes under $100,000. So it's aimed at helping the middle class. So yeah, they both have their benefits and criticisms on both ends. It's just you have to weigh which one do we need more right now, because I'd give the Biden administration and Harris probably around the C+ or a B-, and then I'd give like an A- to Trump. And then in leadership, I would give the win to, I'd say it's around the tie for leadership. As far as domestic policies go, I think I'd go with another tie because we need, like I said, we need a transition. There's different things that obviously Trump's more divisive, so he takes the L in ethics and integrity. So like, there's just things that each are better at, and you need to decide which one that we need more. Because I really don't know right now, and I'm still deciding. I've been reading about every policy that they have backed in their political career. I've been reading about every policy that each side has backed in their political career, and I'm trying to come to an informed decision on who I think we need worse. And I will not say who I'm voting for until I decide that. I probably won't say who I'm voting for anyway, because it's no one's business but mine. But I haven't decided yet. I will say that.
You know what I'm saying? But on God, he's
the girl who went from climate activist to humanitarian. Did you hear about the girl who went from climate activist to humanitarian? No, I didn't hear about that. What was it?
Kodak White's little chats. All right. But we'll talk about everything, but there's probably so many questions. that I have to answer, and there's so much that I want to talk about and all this stuff, and so many people talking to me off camera, rappers, athletes, everybody like, oh, yo, Adin, bro.
Greta Thunberg. Yeah, I heard about that. I
can't. Like, get the out of here, bro. Yes, you can, bro. Yes, you can.
I don't have enough information on it to speak on it, so we could watch a video over it or something, so I could inform myself on it. Because I don't know enough about it to speak on it. You know, I'm just not informed on it much. I heard about it, but I don't know about it. Like no.
Stuff, bro.
I'm informed about it, but I could be misinformed about it. So I'd have to read. I come from I live in Kentucky, southeastern Kentucky, a very conservative town. So I believe half of what I see and none of what I hear. Like I have to check everything for myself.
This is not my lane. It's not my world.
Like I have to check the facts myself. Because it's
I
all biased.
I really love President Trump.
Everything's biased.
You guys know I'm not going to go into a whole politics.
Like it's either biased to the left or it's biased to the right. Mostly right bias around here, but there's also some left bias too. So
you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that, chat.
Wherever you go, there's always going to be bias.
Whenever I want to do a stream with,
you got to check everything for yourself.
If you ever want to do it again, 100% I'm not going to say no to that. You know what I mean? So we're going to get through today. We're going to talk about politics and stuff. And then after that, we're just going to try to move on to the next thing. Next week, got Fanatics Fest. We're kind of getting out of this political era. You know,
I will tell you something that does bother me. Every time I get on freaking TikTok, I'm banned from TikTok Live. And I would love to go on there and like debate people and put my 2 cents in on stuff. Because I go into these debates on TikTok Live, like Parker Get a Job and the older millennial and fucking Harry Sisson and what's the other one's name? Well, anyway, there's a bunch of people that I go in and watch. I watch all these debates on there, and I feel like there is no informed Republicans on TikTok. I feel like every Republican on TikTok almost seems dumb, bro. Like they can't name a single policy that Trump represents or that the Republican Party represents. They're like, oh, borders. Like all the smart Republicans that I know, because I do have a lot of Republicans in my family coming from Kentucky. All the smart ones I know are age 50 and up, bro. Like all the smart Republicans are older, and all the smart Democrats are younger. You know, so it's like, when you get on TikTok and see these debates, they're very one-sided with the left winning. And I agree with a lot of what they say, but not all of it. And I would just like to be able to go in there and debate them and just put my 2 cents in on it, because they will lean very far left. And if I could just put in my middle ground opinion, I feel like I could just inform people, you know. Like, it's not that I want to sway the left or the right's opinion. I just want them to see, like, bro, there's more to it than what you're saying. Like, yeah, Trump has terrible ethics. He's done terrible fucking things. But you can't judge just based off that. Like, you got to think about this. Trump was judged in front of a jury of his peers. It was supposedly fairly done, and I choose to believe that it was a fair trial, even though people around here want to make the argument, well, he had no charges for 70 years, and then these come up when he's in politics. Well, there was a lot of people that accused him back in the 80s, and he just never got charged for it. Apparently, he paid them off and stuff. So I do believe that these trials were real and that they were not rigged. But they'll ask a hypothetical question like, would you vote for someone who's been civilly liable for sexual SA, you know, against a family member? Like, they'll ask these hypothetical questions like that, and then the other side will get tongue-tied and be like, well, no. And then they'll be like, well, why are you voting for Trump then? Because he SA'd someone, you know, and he was held civilly liable for it, which is pretty much guilty. He did SA them, you know. But you can challenge what they're saying by saying something like, well, would you vote for someone who has been accused of political misconduct or was found negligent in their duties as Attorney General and in handling a major criminal case that affected marginalized communities? You could flip it around and ask a hypothetical like that, you know, and they'd be like, well, no, I wouldn't do that. Well, then why are you voting for Kamala? Like, you can't just say, oh, his ethics are bad, so we shouldn't vote for him. There's more to it than that. I believe in our democracy, as far as I believe in our republic, I should say, that Trump would not be able to overthrow the power of checks and balances. I don't even think he would attempt to do that. I think January 6th was a huge mistake, and he did play a role in it. I don't think he purposely played a role in it, but he definitely played a role in it. But, like, I don't think Kamala or Trump are as evil as people make them out to be. I might be wrong in thinking that. You may call me dumb, you may call me naive, but I choose to believe that our checks and balances would not allow something like that to happen. So just vote for who you think is better and try to close this divide so we can actually come to we can discuss the support and criticisms under each policy and come to a solid middle ground, I just close the divisiveness. That's all I want to be able to do, man. And I can't even get in these fucking debates to do it because I'm banned on TikTok Live. I can't, it's just so aggravating because I didn't even do anything crazy to get banned on TikTok Live. It showed like a nude scene in Baldur's Gate 3 and I got banned for it. It was kind of some BS, bro, because like, why are you watching Baldur's Gate 3 stream if you don't expect a scene with nudity? Like, it's crazy. I don't know.
Really, I'm not
I get on these rants. I apologize. I'm probably boring you to death.
In the drawer. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of clips to react to. We got a lot of stuff. Tomorrow we are doing a stream with. Do you guys know who Sergio is? Okay, Sergio Aguero. All right.
We'll watch that in just a second.
He's a football player. He's a soccer player. You guys know who that is?
Who'd he say?
All right. Basically, he's a legend. Okay, he's a legend, and him and I are doing a stream tomorrow with the greatest Argentinian
Aiden's popping off lately, bro.
My dog, Mark.
I'm not a huge Aiden fan, but he's had a lot of big names on
They're
his
Miami. We're gonna do some fun. We're gonna do some IRL soccer. But yeah, I think Trump handled that very, very well. The whole. Sorry, I'm mixing up this little drink right here. It's not lean.
Ever since Trump's, the attempt on his life, like a lot of people that were hesitant to support Trump openly are more open about supporting him now.
But man, what can I say, bro? Cuffham and I had a talk. I'll never forget this though. Cuffham and Convy could have got a picture. They were too scared. It was funny. I was like, Convy, come over here, take this picture.
Now, I didn't watch the full Aiden and Trump stream, but I assume it was more of the entertainment BS and not talking about politics, like I was mentioning earlier, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, deregulation, opportunity zones, all that stuff. And I assume they didn't talk about any of, like, obviously they ain't going to discuss anything that Kamala represents, like the LIFT Act and police reform and all that stuff. So it's like, I just wish they would stray away from the I can't stress that enough how much I wish they would stray away from the entertainment aspect and start talking about the important issues. But that's never going to happen because they won't, especially not on streams, because that it won't reach the young people. People just find it boring when we need more real information out there, because a lot of what there's more information out there right now than ever with social media, but all that information is not real information. Just because there's more information doesn't mean you're more knowledgeable, if that makes any sense.
Man, Mr. President Trump was already talking to us for like an hour after the stream ended, right?
I didn't watch the full. The attempt on his life. Yeah, that was fucking nuts, bro. That was insane.
He looked at me like this.
And I can't believe there's people that won't condemn that act. Like, bro, obviously that act should be condemned. Like, if you can't condemn January 6th, you're part of the problem. If you can't condemn the attempt on Trump's life, you're part of the problem. I made a video over that.
Did I get an autograph? Come on,
bro, you see this? Both those acts are completely condemnable and should be condemned in all scenarios. And I'm not comparing the two. Obviously, there's no, I'm not comparing the two because they're completely different, and I won't say one's worse than the other, but like I said, I'm not comparing them at all. It's just both are condemnable. That's it.
Wear forever. I'm going to sweat in it. I'm going to cry in it. I'm going to bleed in it. This is my hat that I'm going to have forever. I'm never getting rid of this hat. And you know what I'm saying? And actually, it's hilarious. My dad was with them, and my dad, my dad's hilarious. My dad had like 6 red "Make America Great Again" hats. And it's funny, my dad was like, just sign mine. And he's like, you got any more? Like, that's what President Trump was saying. My dad, you got any more? And my dad would just put them all on the table. He'd sign all of them. And it was just hilarious. That older woman in the wheelchair.
I'd be selling them bitches,
President
bro.
Trump Again, no
Straight
cameras
up,
on.
I'd be selling them
He's like, I
motherfuckers.
want to talk to you, after
I'd be
I'm
making
done.
crazy money off them
You know,
hats.
the girl, the lady. The
I need that
lady,
bread, cuz.
he's
I need that bread,
talking to her, man, for like a
cuz.
good 15 minutes. He's just a good dude, bro. He signed a hat, and signed a note. Like, he's just a good dude, bro. Trump is a good man. He's a great
Question.
person. You're gassing.
When did anti-Semitism become acceptable again? Because I've been seeing fucking crazy shit like that. Like, that's fucked up, bro. Like, I've been seeing a lot of, like, Jewish. I know a lot of it's said in jest and jokes, but like, it's weird that it's become more popular lately. I've noticed. Like, I just find it weird.
I mean, for real. Naomi looked good. All right, see, that's not even.
Those hats goes into gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah, true.
Espresso. Anyways, so look, man. I want to let y'all know. I know damn well y'all would not get with my sister because it looks
those
like
hats, dude. Every dime of those hats would go into it.
So you're necessarily gay if you know what I'm saying, chat. You would be gay if you were to ever look at my sister like that. Facts. You know what I'm saying? And again, I just want to make that very clear.
Is he saying his sister's a man?
You guys would all not do anything, and I appreciate that. That's why I fuck with you guys. All right. So yeah. Where are we at? Good moment, man. Happy moment. We'll react to some cool. We'll react to some fun highlights and stuff. We got a lot of stuff to react to.
Oh yeah, the Palestine protest. Are you talking about the one that Kamala was like, "Shut up"? Like, she told the protesters to shut up. Is that what you're talking about? Because that was wild, bro. Like, I'm surprised there hasn't been more outrage about that on the left. Yeah, there was like for a day, or you know how politics is, something like that'll happen, then 2 days later everyone's forgot about it because people don't vote on policies anymore. People don't vote on the person. They shouldn't vote on person or party. They should vote on policies. But that's not how it goes anymore. People vote on the party. People just vote like Republican. The right votes for the right and the left votes for the left candidate. Like, they don't vote for the policies. Like, if you swapped, and I swear I believe this, but pretend Trump and Kamala have never been heard of. I feel like if you swapped their parties, like, the voters would literally, like, Kamala's voters would vote for Trump if he was on the Democrat side, and that's all they knew about him. Like, well, he was like, bro, I'm serious. Like, they just vote for parties, bro. Like, that's it. And it's so fucking aggravating. Like, inform yourself on the policies before you vote and before you choose a candidate. Like I said, I'm still undecided on who I'm gonna vote for. Like, and I've studied a lot of their fucking policies and supports for it, and I've looked at supports and criticisms for each policy, and I still don't know who I'm gonna vote for. I haven't weighted against each other yet, so I don't know.
Next week, we are going to Fanatics Fest.
But yeah, you said you didn't know about that. Yeah, so basically, it wasn't a huge deal. I'll pull up the clip real quick. It's short. Yeah, this was it.
Because we believe in democracy. Everyone's voice matters, but I am speaking now.
No.
You know what? If you want Donald Trump
to
win, then say that. Otherwise, I'm speaking.
Yeah. So she snapped at those. Protesters, and I haven't watched the full speech, so I could be taking this out of context. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but from what I understand, the people she said that to were protesting they're pro-Palestinian, and of course the majority of the left is pro-Palestine, And obviously, I'm pro-Palestine. I think Palestine needs aid, but I think it has to be heavily secured and watched the whole way. Like, there has to be a way that we can control who gets the food, like only the citizens. Because when you do aid Palestine, you're indirectly funding extremist groups like Hamas, because the food does end up in their hands. And I disagree with what Trump did on Palestine, where he just cut off complete humanitarian aid to Palestine. Like, I get what he was trying to do. If none of them have food, then Hamas doesn't get food, you know. But because when you aid Palestine, it does end up in the extremist groups like Hamas. But we have to help the people. No exceptions. We have to help the people in Palestine. So I think there's an obvious middle ground there. I think you do what the Biden administration did and send aid to Palestine, but it has to have very robust security, and you have to keep an eye on it the whole fucking time. Like, even when you get there, you have to have people there watching where that food goes the whole time. Like, you can't leave it until the food's completely, like, you'd have to have someone there at all times. Almost like, I don't know any other way to do it. You would have to have someone physically there, more than one person physically there the whole time, to make sure that people aren't stealing it and sending aid to, which would, in hindsight, probably be impossible to do, but it has to be, something has to be done to get more security around the humanitarian aid sent to them. But, so, like I said, there's always a middle ground to be found, but, like, the right has become the far right, and the left has become the far left. It's like there's no moderate Republicans and moderate Democrats anymore, you know? Like, everyone is just so, the lines are just so far away from each other, man. Like, there's no moderates on either side anymore. Well, there is, but they're very minuscule, you know? Like, if there is, I haven't seen them. Like, that's my experience, you know? But yeah, so I'm surprised the left didn't get more pissed about this. I'm surprised there wasn't more outrage about it. If what was read about it was true, and that those were pro-Palestinians. Now, for a day or two, they were pissed, saying, "Oh, she shouldn't have done that. She's acting more like a prosecutor than a president right now." Like, she snapped into prosecutor mode. Like, don't you talk in my courtroom. You know, like, they're protesters. They have a right to protest. Don't sit there and tell them if you want Trump to win. If you want Trump to win, you might as well, you know, then just say so. You know, like, she shouldn't have done that. You know, so she snapped into that control. Like, she has to have control. You know, and I'm surprised there wasn't more outrage over that. But you know how politics are. 2 days later, something else happens, and then it's forgot about, and then they're back to blindly following their candidate. Same with the right, blindly following Trump. But not even Trump, just blindly following the Republican Party, and the left blindly following the Democratic Party. That's just the way shit is. I mean, I wish there was something I could do about it, but all I can do is talk on it. That's literally all I can do.
Sketch is gonna go. I think we're gonna do some with Sketch. Love Sketch, good dude.
Could be the media covering media. Yeah, exactly. Media is so fucked, bro. Like, no matter if you go to CNN, Fox News, AP, whatever you're reading from, it's always biased on one side. Like, every media company almost has a bias. I had a list. I had a list of media companies. It was something I found a long time ago, and I had a list of media companies and which side they were on. Let me see if I can find that list. Yeah, here it is. All sides media bias chart. So, basically, this just tells you which network. You got left leaning, center, lean right lean. Very few are in the center, you know. So, like, and this could be a biased list, you know. Like, this list could be biased. Whoever made this list could be more left leaning or more right leaning, you know. So, like, you really can't trust anything. You kind of just got to read it yourself and decide. But, like, cause I feel like where's AP? I feel like AP should be, I'd say that's maybe a little left leaning, but and this was almost probably 2 years ago that I found this list, so it could be a little off now. These networks change over time, but yeah, like, all these are biased, man. Like,
dude. I think Sketch is going. Super hype. And then,
like I said, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear.
Sketch, no weird, bro, because I know you know what I'm saying. We got a lot of mutuals. Sketch, if you want to stay in the same hotel, I'm down, bro. We could do a 24-hour sleepover stream too. I don't really
pause.
Care,
no, I'm
down to do a little sleepover stream with Sketch. I don't even give a fuck, bro. So, y'all are weird, bro. Like,
it's impossible not to make that joke. Like, it's impossible not to make that joke. I love Sketch, bro. I love Sketch, but it's impossible not to make a joke right there. I want to do a sleepover with Sketch, bro. Come on, you couldn't use another word other than sleepover. Like, bro, let's hang out. He's like, I want to have a sleepover with Sketch. Like, bro, you're asking for jokes to be made at that point.
Dude, you guys know he's not gay, right? And he's literally not gay. He is not gay. He's not. Okay? He's not. Being gay means you like dudes, right? So look, let me just explain something to you guys. Right?
Being gay means you have a romantic attraction to the same sex.
Gay. He's not gay. No, he's not.
And not any other sex.
How is he gay? He literally did it for money, all right? And he literally found God. He said it, bro. Y'all got to get on my man's dick.
There's nothing wrong with what he did, bro. They were both consenting adults.
He's
like, who cares?
He did it for money, bro. That's not gay. Dude, what I think for X amount?
I think sexuality, is another thing that is we focus too much on. I wish it was more like ancient Rome and Greece times where like sexuality basically wasn't even a thing. You had the passive role, which is what females usually took, but males took it too. Like, and then you had the more active role, which is usually what the males took back then. And I'm not saying that's how it should be. I'm saying I don't think sexuality should exist because I say there was more women back then, but almost half the men were what we consider gay back then. Like, it was normal. There was no stereotype, or there was back in ancient Greece. There was literally no ancient Rome and Greece. There was literally no sexuality. Like, they just considered there was males in the passive role and there was males in the active role, and there was females in the passive role and females in the active role, and like they didn't even use the term gay or anything like that. Homosexual, queer, like they didn't have all these labels. Like, I feel like I like what the LGBTQ plus community stands for, but I think just having a community like that creates a divide. Like, subconsciously it creates a divide. Like, I think as soon as they have complete equality, I think the labels should just be done away with. Like, let's say in a hypothetical, Jake from State Farm is what we call gay. Well, let's just pretend that there's no labels. He's just Jake. He's just Jake. Jake likes guys. That's just who Jake is, you know. He's not gay. He's just Jake. I don't think there should be any labels. Obviously, that's not going to go away, and it's the same thing I wish with political parties. There shouldn't be these labels, you know. But there's nothing wrong with it, liking gay people, liking men, liking women, liking trans people. Like, if whatever you like, just do it, bro. Just do it and be proud of it, man. Be proud of it.
Hell yeah! Give me that dick. Let me chill. Probably got a lot of eyes on me. A lot of new, Trumpers watching me and shit. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? That opportunity never come, but $1 billion fucking dollars, my sucking dick. Hell yeah, give me that dick. Like, let's be real. Who's not? For $1 billion fucking dollars,
if you say you're not, you're lying.
My tip. Come on. And nobody has to know about it. All I'm saying, chat. Come on, bro.
If you say you're not, you're lying, bro.
Bro, all right. So look, man. I want to tell y'all some shit. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this.
$1 billion? Holy shit.
Fire. Yo, I'm not going to tell y'all how.
25 grand, bro.
Fire. All right. So,
give me 25 bucks. No,
what? Why are you putting GG's? Wait, what? What's GG's? Dude, I obviously didn't play it. I was watching somebody play it, okay? I mean, dude, you guys saw the leaks too. Stop being weird. Listen, bro, there's nothing wrong with me doing it, all right? Dude, what are y'all saying, bro? What the fuck are y'all saying? What did Kodak White say? I'm not repeating it. All right, two, really, dude? And two, I hit you up, bro, about gambling. You're actually weird on God. Self-report. Hasan responded, I don't want to respond to him anymore. He's the most contradicting, hypocritical person ever. His political mindset doesn't even make sense. He has a $5 million crib, okay? He drives a sports car. Hasan, why don't you donate all the money that you make outside of what your expenses are to your community? No, you won't, because your community is stupid as And also, I want to say one thing. For
I don't like Hasan either, personally. I like Destiny a lot more than I like Hasan. I really like Destiny. I had when it first happened, I had a huge issue with what Destiny said about, because he refused to condemn the attempt on Trump's life. I said he's part of the problem because he won't condemn that. Yes, he started out kind of following his rhetoric, kind of matched the actions of Trump at the start, but now he's starting to sound like, when he said that, he started to sound like the far left, like the rhetoric, the hateful rhetoric of the far left. So you have the hateful rhetoric of the far right down here. You have the hateful rhetoric of the far left right here. And let's say this is Trump's actions. This is Trump's actions. This is how Destiny's rhetoric started. Destiny's rhetoric started maybe like this. Like his rhetoric, what he was saying about Trump, kind of matched what Trump was doing, but maybe exaggerated a little. But when he started saying that about, I will not condemn the attempt on Trump's life, then his rhetoric, just for that moment, started to sound like this. Now he's kind of back in this area, like he's kind of in between the far left and so he's like not exactly in the middle. I would say he's one of the moderate Dems, I would say. I don't know. He has a lot of far left rhetoric. Like, that's why I say, like, I would say his rhetoric's probably more like this, actually, because he does have kind of a lot of far left rhetoric. But then you got people like Tim fucking Poole who are just like down here on the right, like, oh my god, bro, like, it's absolutely ridiculous. But and the whole side of the right is basically down here too, and the whole side of the left is basically down up here. So it's like these areas right here practically are non-existent anymore. Like, it's absolutely insane. Like, why do these moderate areas not exist? And I like to think that I'm right here in the fucking center. I might not be exactly, but I like to think that I'm like this. My rhetoric will go up and down. Like, it just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it whatever is going on, I will tip in either direction. I like to think I'm that way. But now here's what the far left would have you think. The far left would have you think that Reinzuko is down here. The far left would have you think Reinzuko's down here, and the far right will have you think that I'm right here. When that's not true. I'm like this. Like, if that makes any sense. That just looks like a bunch of scribbles now, but yeah. You get the point.
My audience too young to vote? Listen, bro, my audience is young, yes, but a lot of these people could vote my chat. And Miss Kip, you act like your audience is not full of a bunch of weirdos too. Didn't you get caught doing some crazy shit, bro? Same with you, Hasan. You probably got some crazy shit in the closet, bro. You got some crazy skeletons in the closet, bro. I know for a fact.
Hasan fucking outright said that he supports Hamas, bro. Like, that's insane.
Filthy rich.
Like, okay, let me explain this too. Okay, so let's say that this is the people. This is just a small group of people in Palestine. This is the oppression of those people. This is the oppression of them. The oppression starts slow and it keeps getting worse and worse. Over time, this line right here is going to start going up in extremity. It's going to start getting more and more extreme. The oppression of the government creates these extremist groups. So what I'm saying is, I can understand why these groups form, these extreme groups form, but that doesn't make them okay. Like, I understand that you were pushed to this, but it's never okay to become extreme like this, to be up here. It's never okay. Like, right here would be like peaceful protest. Right here, it starts getting a little it starts getting a little more intense. Then you're in fucking violence areas up here, you know, like, it's just not okay. No matter if you were pushed to it or not, it's not okay to do violence in the name of a political party. Groups like Hamas should be condemned, no matter the excuse. I don't care if oppression created you. It's not okay. There's other ways to get what you want. If you have to commit violence, it should be a last resort. And I think Hamas has had plenty of chances to make strides in moving forward, you know, in a non-violent way, but they've failed to do that. So
his dad is filthy rich. Get off my community's dick. Y'all are mad. Hasan, you've been in politics for 15 years.
And while I was on the extremist groups topic, let me further get out what I'm saying. Basically, like, I acknowledge that there is complexities around that, and that sometimes it does come to violence. I understand that, and I understand that they do provide health care and stuff, and some see them, some that support Hamas see them as a voice for the people in Palestine. They have a strong presence over there. But, like, I myself find Hamas's methods unacceptable. Like, you're welcome to disagree to me. Let's have a discussion on it. What they're doing, in my opinion, the methods that they use are counterproductive. It hurts them worse than it helps them. Those violent methods and whatnot, it's counterproductive to what they need to do. They've had many chances to make progress with peace. And obviously the lack of a Palestinian state is in the harsh conditions in Gaza are part of that. But, like, to address the root cause of the conflict, you have to understand both sides. You have to see the economic hardships that people have faced and how it grew with the oppression. And you have to also be able to condemn the violence that is being committed over there. And it's hard to come to a middle ground on this particular topic, because people are always going to argue, well, stuff like this. Well, do you think that the Union beat the Confederate without violence? You know, they'll say shit like that. MLK tried to do peaceful shit and he got killed. But you got to think, MLK got killed by an extremist person. Like, in my eyes, MLK did the good, and the guy that killed him was a fucking extremist. The problem, like Hamas, like, you can't have these violent. You have to understand both sides of it, though, to come to an informed decision on it. And, like, you're welcome to disagree with what I'm saying, but that's just my opinion on it.
You can't get a president stream. You can't get a stream from a candidate. You can't. You know why? Because nobody likes you. Chat, I'm just speaking facts. I don't even do politics and I got a stream with the president. Ha! He's mad. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry, bro, but it's the truth. Like, goddamn, you're getting mad that I'm giving a watch away? Like, what the f***? Bro, everyone on Twitter, chat, had no problem with the Trump stream. No problem. This guy, a 30-something-year-old joke. Like, dude, my bad, your career sucks so bad that you couldn't get a president on your own. Let's watch Adin Ross. Dude was putting in this title like 3 days before the stream happened. And I'm just speaking facts. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'm speaking facts. What's he gonna say? All right, what's he gonna say? You show porn and your fucking viewers.
Jesus.
Like, bro, like, oh my God, you guys say the same. Bro, I can't wait. Bro, and I put this on God chat and y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. All these streamers that got the most to say, there's always something that leaks about them. Hasan, I literally can't wait for your to leak. I just know you're a weirdo. Everyone's gonna come back to this clip. Happened to Dr. Disrespect. It happened to Miss Kid. It happens to all these guys, bro. All y'all are weird as fuck. Me, when I up, me, when I do some weird shit, bro, guess what? It comes out right away. I know who I am. I got nothing to hide, bro. My own community, like, they know. They've seen everything, bro. And I'm not, bro. It's called growing. It's called growing. All right, it's called growing. That's it. It's called growing. I'm a mature man. You know what I'm saying? I don't really do too much shit and all that stuff. But yeah, Hasan, wasn't your own fan, your own viewer wearing your merch, and they were caught being a pedo? What did you say to that, bro? I didn't even hear what you had to say about that. And bro, Hasan, you should go work a real 9 to 5 and go see how hard it is, bro, because you clearly don't know what struggle is. Aiden, that's ironic. You don't either. I know. But listen, bro, for real, he said that streaming is harder than a 9 to 5. You sit there and just straight react.
If we could handle the economic hardships over there and the political disenfranchisement, then everything would be good over there. So it's obviously it's a complex issue.
And Cuffham went up to him, and someone was like, "Dude, I like Aiden, dude. Like, there's no problems." Same with Mizkiff at UFC. It's the same exact. These guys all off camera. Oh, everything's cool, dude. No, that's how I know you guys are some fake snakes. Trainwrecks is right. Y'all all got some on you, and I can't wait for it to drop. Can't wait.
He's popping off, bro. What the fuck?
I'm so excited. I can't wait. Oh my god, Hasan, I cannot. Cool. Suck. Tall. You're built, but you're. All right. I'm sorry, chat, but it's just the truth. It's the truth. You, so did Kai. You all saying GG's.
Okay, the rest of it's just him ranting. Okay. But yeah, that's just basically my whole goal with the shit. Is just, like I said, if you disagree with anything I've said throughout this video, just let me know in the comments. Let's have a discussion. Don't try to attack me, because I do try to remain unbiased and in the middle. But this usually gets me attacked by people on both sides. So if you disagree, let me know in the comments, and let's have a fucking discussion. Alright, remember to like, comment, and subscribe.